We start tonight with breaking news. President Donald Trump announced one of the National Guard members shot just blocks away from the White House has died. Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom was 20 years old. Thanks for joining us tonight for KREM News at 5. I'm Cody Proctor. Mark is off tonight. Andrew Wolf remains in critical condition at this hour. Ivan Rodriguez is bringing us the latest on the attack and the suspected shooter's connection to Washington State.
Thanksgiving morning, federal officials provided an update on Wednesday's shocking attack in Washington, D.C.
My message to the individual who committed these acts is you picked the wrong target, the wrong city, and the wrong country.
The suspected shooter is an Afghan national who came to the U.S. in 2021 under Operation Allies Welcome and was granted asylum in April, according to officials. The suspect drove across the country from his home in Bellingham in Washington State to the nation's capital, and he used a revolver in the shooting, according to U.S. Attorney for D.C., Jeanine Pirro.
We will not allow this to be normalized. It will be confronted, condemned, and prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
The two West Virginia National Guard members were identified as 24-year-old Andrew Wolf and 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom. Pirro says both were sworn in just 24 hours before they were shot. The suspect's motive is still being investigated, but officials say he will be charged with 3 counts of assault with intent to kill while armed and possession of a firearm during a crime of violence. The FBI is also leading a coast-to-coast investigation.
There is confirmation now that the subject had a relationship in Afghanistan with partner forces. We are fully investigating that aspect of his background as well, to include any known associates that are either overseas or here in the United States of America.
Ivan Rodriguez, KREM 2 News.
Meanwhile, President Trump asked for 500 additional National Guard troops to be deployed to Washington, D.C. following the shooting. Trump also made the case for an even more intense immigration crackdown. All right, let's switch gears right now and check with your forecast with meteorologist Michelle Boss tonight. Michelle, when should we expect that next round of rain? Because earlier when I was coming back from the Tri-Cities, it was pouring.
Yeah, so we're actually not done with the wet weather yet, though some folks may see that wet weather let up temporarily. We still have another round before things will start to dry out across the region. Right now, we are dealing with some just overall damp, gray conditions and some fog, especially right around the Spokane area. If we take a look at visibilities in Spokane at the airport, down to a quarter mile, around 2 miles at Phelps Field, though the fog is not terribly widespread. If you're going to be hitting the road, visibility is looking pretty good elsewhere across the inland northwest. But satellite and radar showing a little bit dry across the Spokane area right now after quite a bit of rain. We picked up nearly a quarter of an inch, but as we kind of zoom out, you can see we do still have plenty of wet weather to our west that's going to be moving in later this evening and overnight. Should be out of here by mid-morning tomorrow. Temperatures right now above freezing in Spokane, but 34 in Coeur d'Alene, 32 in Sandpoint. I think they've had a little bit of light snow mixed in there. 41 in Moses Lake, 39 in Moscow. Short-term forecasts keep temperatures above freezing overnight. Additional rain showers, but we should be drying out tomorrow afternoon with mostly cloudy skies, a high of around 40, and relatively quiet weather this weekend, though it is going to be a lot colder. Lows down in the 20s and highs only in the low to mid 30s.
Michelle, thanks so much. Tonight, the founder of a Spokane nonprofit's unsure he'll be unable to keep feeding people and may have to call it quits. It's all because thieves took an essential piece of equipment right before the holiday. KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy explains tonight.
Here on the quiet corner of Adams and Augusta, taking is encouraged. It's theft Larry Behringer can't comprehend.
So we're sunk. It's really hard to do our ministry and feed people without our trailer. We were supposed to go out Sunday, and I really don't know what we're going to do.
As the founder of Neighbors Feeding Neighbors, Behringer's Sunday tradition has been giving to those in need.
Christmas will be 5 years that we've been doing it. We fed 576 Thanksgiving meals last Sunday.
Meals carried on wheels. These ones, until the day before Thanksgiving.
We were changing tires and moving vehicles around. All of a sudden it dawned on me that my trailer wasn't sitting on the street where I put it.
Larry's trailer was parked right here on Adams Street. That's his free little pantry there in the background. But what makes this all worse was this trailer was one that was gifted to replace one stolen last year.
Oh, it's about this time or so last year in 2024. It was parked across the street, had permission to park it in the neighbor's driveway across the street. and they stole it.
Wednesday's theft happened despite a lock like this on the trailer's tongue, the kind of thing that leaves a guy
Right now I'm just kind of,
speechless.
defeated. It's the second time.
He knows it's unlikely it'll be found, but Larry's taking the chance to hope.
Because Spokane does so much for people. They're just a giving city. So Spokane. So I believe something will happen.
Shannon Mowdy,
Something good will happen.
KREM 2 News.
Shannon, thank you so much. Well, today, Fresh Soul gave away 500 Thanksgiving free meals this morning. That started at 10 o'clock, and they served food on a first-come, first-served basis. You can see the huge line of people there. Restaurant owner Michael Brown says this is the 7th year they've done this event.
My why behind that, because God put me here to serve. Not to be served, to serve. And I love helping others.
Brown says along with the meals, they're planning to hand out jackets, gloves, and gift cards for those in need.
Happy Turkey Trot!
Well, check it out. Flocks of Spokanites descended on Manitou Park this morning for this year's Turkey Trot. The route took participants through the heart of the park and along a grand boulevard. And we caught up with some of those runners who got up bright and early to make some family memories.
What made you want to come out and run the Turkey Trot this year?
I don't know. I didn't have anything else to do.
A big part of tradition is forcing your kids to do things they're mildly embarrassed by, so that's pretty important.
I'm just grateful for the people that come out and support us. It's so cool. It just is a reminder of Spokane is a great community.
A lot of people having fun right there. Can't help but feel for some of those kids, though, but hey, it's tradition. Now the run raises money for Second Harvest Food Bank. And in New York, millions of spectators turned out for the 99th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade amid heightened security. This year's parade featured 34 massive balloons, including new characters like Buzz Lightyear, Mario, and Pac-Man, plus several old favorites. Members of the NYPD were on hand, keeping a watchful eye on the events from the skies, on the ground, and even online.
From an intelligence perspective, you are scrubbing social media. You are looking through, all the different people that you consider to be threat actors.
Now, Santa Claus also added to the magic of the celebration, kicking off the Christmas holiday season.